another Fury of Dracula, League of Dracula 2025 competitive tournament game. Brought to you by Nomad Games, Games Workshop, not a sponsor. Today, I will be your humble host, Captain Gyro, and we've got Strider as the hunters up against Tarvala, aka Tarvalar. And with me today is a very special guest. Some call him the greatest player in the entire world. Others, Mr. Bats. And to some,
What
he
is
is
that?
known simply as Wakazik. Say hi to the nice people,
Yes.
Wakazik.
Yes. Hello. Hello. To bring balance to humble host, you will have a very unhumble co-host, right?
Exactly. All things in balance, as they should be.
Yes. Yes. It could. It can't be otherwise. There's not much for me to choose here.
So thank you everybody for joining us. Hopefully we've got an extremely fun and exciting game for you today. And with Strider playing as the hunters, I would expect nothing less.
True. True. Although for Strider, not only his gameplay is funny, but also his commentary, right? That's where he shines the most.
Oh yes, he's known to be quite amusing. Let's get a little music going here. Ah
Behind the
yes.
fog already.
No fog for you. Yoink.
That's yeah.
And
Pesky
Sister
stuff.
Agatha. Ooh.
Oh no, that's a nasty one. That's a nasty one.
Bullying Dracula already, and we've only just begun.
Yeah, that's very unpleasant, you know.
But better to see behind the veil now than I mean, if you're Dracula and you get an event card later, you don't want to see behind the veil then, because then they get to
Yes, and there's
see
also
your
the
card.
thing that at least you can plan around what is happening right now. You know from the very beginning that you don't have fog, s- and that behind the veil is out already to not disrupt your plans later. So you have that increased value of desecrated soils, you know, lairs, land movement, and all of that.
Yes, yes, it's true.
Yeah,
You're
because yeah,
you're not entitled to fog anyway. You know, it's
unfortunately no, but you should be. So yeah,
so. Where do you think Dracula started?
probably Cagliari.
It would be interesting. You could layer it and come back to it later, since
Yes,
you
yes, the
know you're
hidden
bound to come
spot.
back later.
Uh, yes, yes. That would be. That's the only advantage. That's not maybe not advantage, but the only good thing you can say about starting in Cagliari.
Yeah, you start
Maybe,
there, you put a vampire
yeah,
there, and then you come back later and put a second one down.
yeah, yeah. Uh, so Tarvalar, I think he plays the more traditional Dracula, where he just keeps his distance, right? Uh,
Evasive
uh,
strategy.
yeah. Just keep his distance, keeps his sneakiness. I didn't see him use too many tricks, if I recall correctly. So this is one of the baseline strategies that sometimes wins, but in my opinion, usually is far not enough for consistent victories. But I also know that Tarvala was practicing a lot, so maybe he can bring something to the table.
I think a lot of it depends on Dracula's route. Like, if you can get yourself in a position where you're forcing the hunters to move to your encounters and simultaneously you're moving away from those encounters and leaving the hunters behind you, I think that can have a lot of value. And then if you can, when you finally do hit a dead end and you need to go to sea, if you have a nice bunch of meaningful encounters that they're forced to deal with, that can buy you time during your sea voyage.
Like, yes, what you're saying makes sense, but then again, it is pretty basic, you know, at least in my mind. It is pretty basic in a sense that that's nothing like special enough to combat renewed vigors, CGs, and all of that garbage.
True. True.
Usually, in my mind, you really do need to throw something really big, some really big range at hunters. You know, like hunter death, some nasty lair that puts like gives hunters really difficult decision to make, or stuff like that. Then we're talking, basically, right? But when you're just moving around, moving away, and just hope for your encounter hand to work somehow, that's usually hunters can deal with that if they're not unlucky with items, events, or tickets. Usually they are unlucky, at least they should be unlucky with at least one portion of the game. Because if they're not, then that's a nightmare.
Yeah, they get all the horses, they get all the white one tickets, and they get all the
Yeah.
best events. What can you do against that? Not a whole lot.
Yeah. We can see clearly that events are not playing good part for now for hunters, because we had local rumors and behind the veil for hunters, and we see blood transfusion. So free events that early are not too useful. Even behind the veil, you know, week 1, week 2, you are rarely winning, and not often it matters. And then hunters dug through a lot of Dracula events, so they, for now, for how late it is, they have quite low number of events.
There is some value in the early behind the veil because you can mess up Dracula's plans with his trail, right? Like, he's not going to be able to hide and put down that fog and protect the hoax or vampire or something like that with the fog. But by the time it comes around to like week 2, week 3, that's not going to matter so much anymore.
Yes. This is very like early game stuff, right? And it is completely different if we just approach, let's say, middle of the week 2. Dracula built some trail, and suddenly you know that you yoinked fog from Dracula hand, and maybe Dracula was actually in the middle of making some risky move, and he's like, "Oh crap!"
Really needed that.
What do I do now? Yeah. Hunters don't have too many issues with items. On the other hand, just one rifle and one stake discarded. They seem to be to do some intensely ticket job, some intense ticketing, which might but sometimes you can see fairly early stop of tickets, like on Mina, for example, and Seward. and it can be a sign. Okay, maybe white ones are fixed, right? And they just are improving. Oh, right, like that, improving the horse economy.
Yeah, you'll see Dr. Seward or Van Helsing not ticketing or something like that, or Mina, like you said, and gives you an idea that the tickets are already in order.
Yeah. It can be fairly dangerous then.
But then again, I think in the first week, sometimes it can be really useful to have yellow 2 tickets.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because, if Dracula's location is revealed and it's Amsterdam or something like that, it can be helpful for Dr. Seward to have a good train ticket. Or if it turns out it's Spain, Dr. Seward can have a good train ticket.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that completely.
I think trains.
But
it's Madrid. Newspaper reports. I think trains are
okay, so
better
it's
earlier on, and then they kind of, with the exception of chartered carriage, I think trains start to fall off the longer the game goes on.
yeah, because early you have those tickets anyway. That's why I like East so much, because if the tickets are not working for hunters too well, then that using the train can perpetuate the constant issues because hunters are using the tickets, the horses are slow and stuff like that. And then late game, where hunters have almost all economy set up, suddenly moving on rails is almost doesn't matter. Will you ruin your entire, your part of your horse economy for the rest of the game to move by rails once?
It all depends on where you're moving. If it's one of the good rails, it can be worth it.
Sometimes yes.
Because horse economy doesn't have to be perfect; it just has to be good enough. And yes, you're leaving a little bit up to chance. It's true, but when your chances are like 90%, maybe that's worth it.
It's not sometimes you don't have a choice, right? In a sense that you're just horsing. You just, do you want to decrease your chances, for future? That's the issue.
Well, it looks like he's gonna get this vampire to mature. Probably.
That's risky of Pizza Wizard's art.
Yeah.
At least I hope it is vampire, not some, useless trick.
Rumored bats.
Yeah. I think early game, usually it is not worth to waste rumor on bats. Because hunters, that hoax is scarier than rumored vamp anyway, right?
Yeah. They're almost always going to want to get that first encounter, just on the off chance it's a hoax.
Yes, and actually, I think they should almost always, because it can be very scary. The early hoax can flip the game upside down. Not only, giving the juicy choice of Dracula event, especially how many Dracula. This is crazy. 5, 10 Dracula events already. Wow. Okay.
Hey,
2v1.
Dracula.
Yeah. Don't tell. Why did? Okay. So this is mob wolves. Yeah, I really like wolves here. Wolves are really good. One heavenly house discarded, by the way. Yeah. Mina Hakersho's rifle.
What does Van Helsing show? A pistol. Yeah, good wolves there, because especially this early in the game, it's possible that they haven't, if anybody didn't have a weapon, it might have been Van Helsing there.
Yeah. And also, this is very scary for hunters to hide some weapons. It's not like, sometimes you can do some tricks, you don't throw a knife, you don't throw something, But this early in the game,
Ooh, yeah, he could
you're not.
escape as a bat.
Yes, round 2. This is still week 1.
Yeah, if you're gonna be caught, this is where you want to be caught, really early like this.
Yes, this is more scary for hunters than for Dracula, but we will see how it goes. You know, it always can be easily flipped on its head.
Yeah, it's tough to say. I mean, he could escape as a bat. He could kill one of them and then escape as a bat. He could even kill 2 of them potentially.
Exactly. Yeah, that can happen definitely.
Oh, that's not a good start though.
This is one of the scary things. This is one of the scary things. Yeah.
So does that indicate no strength? Oh, big hit.
Oh, this is. I think. Oh no, this is scary now. Now this is scary.
But they're not likely to finish him off here.
No.
If Van Helsing had a knife, he probably would have revealed that along with the pistol.
Well, unless this is the Ruckus, all of the Ruckus right here, right now. But against Mina? Didn't Mina show the rifle?
No, she did. She did reveal the rifle.
That was a total blunder.
Yeah, that's a mistake there.
Was that a misclick? With the that's game.
Oh, is it holy bullets? That's it!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! That's it! Oh, you should have escaped against Van Helsing.
Yeah, and that would have been good. He would still have like 7 health and escape as bats with maturing vamp, you know, early in the game. This is
wow.
That was weird.
That was extremely quick. Dracula done quick. Unbelievable. And I was just getting nicely settled in.
Yeah. Yeah, so he got tilted. That happens. Yeah, that totally can happen. Wow.
Unfortunate that he only had the mesmerize, but I mean, even if you had claws, like, you gotta. Are you really gonna play claws after each of them just revealed a gun?
Definitely. Mina is definitely not playing claws round 1. I mean, not claws. You know what I mean.
Rifle.
Not playing rifle round 1. Yeah.
Not when he can escape in the second round. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Damn.
That was a quick one. That can happen, you know. All that talk about how overall it can be better situation for Drag.
Not if
and all, right?
Not if his hand doesn't give him anything to work with.
I mean, to be honest, sorry for throwing wrench into all that, but he did have enough.
Yeah.
In a sense.
No, I agree. I mean, he was right to complain a little about the poor hand, but
yes,
you still had the escapist bat. That would have been enough to get away if you used it on Van Helsing.
Exactly.
Now, of course, he could have been hiding a knife or something, but
he didn't.
You have to go off of what you know, rather than what you can only guess at. And you know that he only revealed the pistols. You have to basically just assume he can't stop his bats.
Mina had no reason to not play something against escapist bats there, right? I think. Or if Mina does, then Helsing probably doesn't play anti-escape bats too, because it sometimes you want delay because if, let's say, Dracula has strength, right? Sometimes you expect him to play strength,
right?
and your anti-bat item to be broken. So you want to do some tricky dodge or strength to have that
maybe
one
throw a
more turn.
punch.
Yeah.
And that becomes the mind game of, you know, is he
Yes,
gonna do it now or is he gonna do it in the next round? Well, good
something
news
like
here
that.
is it looks like they're gonna go ahead and get the next game going. So we can go ahead and commentate on that one if you like.
Yeah, definitely. I still have time.
So yeah, stick around
That was a big
everybody,
one.
and we'll get a 2-for-1. Yeah, that was crazy fast.
Yeah. So this is 10 minutes. Do you want to do second stream?
Oh, they're gonna come back in a few minutes. Okay.
Yeah, I see in the discussion that they decided to have about 10 minutes break. So how do
Okay.
you want to approach it?
Yeah. I'll stop the stream here, and we'll get another one going. All right, everybody.
Okay.
We'll see you for the next one. Stick around, and we should have another game going here in just a few minutes. Thanks for joining, everybody. Signing off.